I refuse to accept you as a victim. You're not a victim. You're more powerful than you imagine. You might say, yeah, I know, but no, you don't. I don't mean to insult you. I invite you to set aside anything that you may know about how powerful you are. You may have known that as an intellectual idea, but since you're taking this course, you're already open to the possibility of real power for yourself. So, why not put what you know on hold and take this journey with me? This conversation is like no other. This is not an information delivery session. This is not some kind of a content selling game. No. I am in a conversation with you. And this conversation is about your potential, your ability, your capacity, and your real power. By real power, I don't mean some kind of a woo-woo magical power. I mean financial power, social power, and personal power. However, the results of these kinds of powers are magical. Yes, magical. It is a very real possibility that you can have the life you want in any and all domains. You can have power in the domains of love, career, reputation, education, family, health, and money. This kind of life is possible. And to get to this kind of life, you must first learn to recognize the roadblocks and the stuff that gets in your way. A voice in your head might immediately tell you to say, but I know my roadblocks, or I don't have any roadblocks, or no way I can create that kind of a life. That is fine. We all have that voice. What we need to say to that voice is, thank you for sharing, but I'm interested in exploring further. The little voice in your head that tells you that is, in reality, your little self that does not want to change the situation, as bad as the situation might be. So it tells you that you already know what the roadblocks are. I invite you to set aside what you know about your roadblocks. In this conversation, step by step, piece by piece, we're already beginning to see some new things, aren't we? If at this time, the little voice says, what new things? Then that is the little voice I'm talking about. With this little voice guiding your life path, you may find that you make the same mistakes again and again. And despite your best efforts, you continue to be dissatisfied with some or all parts of your life. It is your dissatisfaction with your situation that has brought you here, isn't it? Recognizing and owning dissatisfaction with the situation is the first step to power. When you declare for yourself that I'm dissatisfied with the situation, you begin to take the responsibility for the situation. This kind of taking responsibility is not taking the blame or being at fault. This kind of a responsibility is a matter of being able to respond to anything. Of course, your ability to take action is limited, but your willingness to be able to respond is unlimited. In that sense, responsibility is simply a place to stand where you choose to stand. It is a matter of choice and willingness. Taking responsibility is not about accepting the blame. It is about saying to yourself, yes, I see what is going on here, and whatever is going on here, I am going to be 100% responsible for this. This kind of a responsibility has to do with your care about yourself, about others that are also trapped in this situation. When you take responsibility, you no longer shift the job of doing something about the situation to others. Whatever the situation is, whosoever fault it is, whatever you may or may not have done, and whatever others may or may not have done. All of that does not matter. You no longer engage with the situation to only protect yourself, prove that you're innocent, and then someone else is a monster. When you take full ownership and responsibility, your engagement with the situation gets grounded in care, your care.